The rear wheel off the bike. We're going to go one step further now, and we are going to switch the front pulley out. I currently have a 28 tooth front pulley on my bike, and with the turbo it just ramps up way too fast. It doesn't allow me to get into my boost where I need to be, so I'm going to go back to the 30. Now let's get started, and the first thing that we need to do is get the belt out from the swing arm. As you can see, the belt won't come out from the swing arm. You got to take your bolts for the rear shock, take it off, and then pull that out. Okay? So I'm going to set the camera down here, and I'm going to take the lower shock bolt out, lift it up all the way, take the 30 tooth belt out from the swing arm. Put it off to the side. Since I'm putting my 30 tooth belt on, the reason why I took my belt off is because I'm putting my 30 tooth belt back on, which is 151 tooth. So I put it over the swing arm, push my shock bolt back down, help support the swing arm, put the nut back on. There you have it. Now that right there, just put my new belt on. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is put the bike in gear. The bike is now in gear. And I believe it's a 5/8 bolt. 5/8. As you can see, it won't go. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my 1/2 inch breaker bar. Yep. Come on, let's get in there so I can break these loose. Now I'm not going to lie to you. I started changing this pulley out before I realized I said I'd do a video of it. So these are already broke loose. Before I even do this, I'm going to pull this off here. I'm going to go one more step. Got to pull my caps off my inspection cover. Okay, I got the caps off the bolts. Take my 5mm Allen, take the inspection cover off. Okay, the inspection cover's off. Now, I'm going to take my 18mm, I'm going to put it right there on that rotor bolt. I'm going to grab my other 1/2 inch socket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put pressure on the engine so that when I bust these loose, that the engine doesn't rotate one way or the other. So I hold the engine. Oh, they're still tight. Go next one. Get them loose, because you don't want the engine to roll. Okay, these are all loose now. Now I can take these, okay, belt, spin these 3 bolts off, alright? And they do have Loctite on them, so alrighty. Get this 3rd one off here. There's a 3rd one. Now in order to get the pulley off, I just push it forward a little bit, and I'm going to turn the pulley so it gets to the slot. When I get to the slot, then the pulley comes right off, okay? I'll lay it down on the garage. And now you can be able to see that here's the flange. Okay? Now, when I put on the 28 tooth pulley, I had to change the flange. That was done prior to putting the engine back in the bike on the rebuild. Now I'm going to take the 30 tooth pulley, I'm going to slide it over the slots. Now I'm going to turn this, and now I'm going to put the bolts in. I'm not going to change the flange. The flange is good for what I'm doing. The 30 tooth flange is a lot taller on the 3 star points which would not allow the 28 to go on. Some guys take and round it off with the Dremel and all that. That's fine, go ahead. But what I'm doing is I'm going to use this same flange, and now I'm going to put my 30 tooth back on. So I'm going to run my bolts up tight. Yep. See there? I got too far ahead of myself. I got to go get Loctite and put on these bolts. I'll be right back. Okay, I put Loctite on my bolts. And I'll screw these bolts in just to get them tight. And it says that these bolts should be torqued down between 65 and 75 foot-pounds. So I set the torque wrench at 70. Okay. Once again, one-man show. Kind of hard. Okay, there's one. Let's move over to the next one. There's the second one. And here's the third one. And I can actually feel the engine trying to move on me, so okay. I'm going to go through and double check them one more time just to make sure. 1, 2, 3. So they're all set. Now I can take this socket out of here. Now I'm going to put my inspection cover back on. And that's just how easy it is to change out that pulley. Now, I said that's how easy it is to change the pulley. I didn't say that was how easy it was to change the flange. That's a whole different ball game. But it can be done. It's not that bad either. You just got to get in there and get to it. Okay, cover's back on, pulley's in, and it's torqued down. Since it's torqued down, put the bike back in neutral. If I can, there we go. That way there, when I go to put the rear tire back on, I can roll the belt on, no problems. Okay? So, there you have it.